Ugh, this house is such a mess. Why do you never help out around the house, Austin? You live here too, you know? So why do you think it's okay to just leave it a dump? Have some pride, will you?
What are you on about, Mom? This place is spotless.
No, it's not. There's dirty dishes everywhere in the kitchen, not to mention the surfaces are covered in crumbs and food splotches.
Well, that's not my fault. I cleaned the kitchen from top to bottom. If there's anything dirty in there now, then it's Harley's.
Uh-huh, sure it is.
It is. I always help out around the house. I'm actually the only one to do any of the cleaning and tidying. You and Harley never do it.
Well, that's just not true. How can you speak to me like that? And how could you lie about your sister like that? She's always helping out and making sure that everything is as clean and tidy as possible. She's truly a little angel, she is. My perfect daughter.
Ugh, barf.
Stop being so rude. Maybe if you were more like her, then you'd have actually made something of your life by now.
What's that supposed to mean?
The only thing you do all day is sit in your room and doodle away on your paper. Where's the skill in that? I mean, who's going to want to pay for anything that you draw? It's all rubbish. It's not a real job at all.
Wow, tell me how you really feel.
I will tell you. You need to go get a real job so that you can start providing for this family. Forget about this drawing nonsense and go get an office job. That's what a good, self-respecting person would do, instead of freeloading off of their family.
I'm freeloading? I'm sorry, but have you met your daughter? Harley does absolutely nothing to help out around the house. She doesn't cook, she doesn't clean, and she certainly doesn't tidy up after herself. Not to mention the fact that, even though she has a job, she doesn't give you any money for rent and bills.
Oh, and I'm supposed to believe that you do give me money?
Yes, I give you $600 a month to live here.
Is that so?
Of course it is. So I don't know why you don't seem to believe me.
Oh, it's just funny, really.
What is?
Well, Harley said that you would say this. She told me the truth, though. How she gives you $600 a month for you to give to me so that you wouldn't feel like a failure. She obviously can't afford to give me any money because she's been giving it to you. She would risk my anger being directed at her simply so you could feel like you are helping me out. I bet you just wanted to try and have something to hold over my head so that I'd feel like I'd have to do whatever you want or believe whatever you say. Well, nice try, but it didn't work.
What are you talking about? I never took any money off of Harley. I earn all my money myself, and what I give you is out of my own pocket, because I want to help out however I can to make things easier on you. I knew it wouldn't be the easiest having me move back in for a little while, so I wanted to show you how much I appreciate it while I get back on my feet again.
Oh, please. Look, your lies aren't going to work on me. I know the truth now that Harley told me.
Why do you believe everything Harley tells you but refuse to believe anything I say?
Because Harley's my perfect girl. She would never lie to me. She's just that good of a daughter.
And I'm just a horrible son. Is that how you feel?
Look, sometimes things just don't work out in families. You're my son, but if I had to choose between you and Harley, then I'm sorry. I'd pick Harley every time.
Thanks for letting me know how little you value me.
I just think that it's time for you to move on with your life. Move out of my house and get yourself your own place.
Are you actually kicking me out? Like, is this for real?
Yes, I don't see what else to do to make you grow up.
So you're gonna make me move out of my childhood home, the place where I grew up, simply because you think that I don't help with the housework and chores?
Well, when you say it like that, you make me sound so petty. Besides, it's not just because you don't help out around the house. I want your room empty so I can convert it into an ensuite addition.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. An ensuite? You're kicking me out for an ensuite? How selfish can you get?
Me? Selfish? I beg your pardon?
Well, it's true. No loving and caring mother would kick their child out of the house simply so they could build themselves a new bathroom.
And no self-respecting and loving son would freeload off of his family simply so that he could doodle all day long in his room.
It's not doodling. How many times have I told you that I'm a graphic designer? I'm not doodling. I'm working hard with a number of different businesses and companies. I work a lot more than Harley. I mean, is she ever gonna aspire to become something more than just a part-time bar worker? She's even rubbish at that, often getting people's orders wrong.
You're such a horrible brother, bad-mouthing your sister like that. I want you out of my house as soon as possible. Do you understand?
You know what? Fine. But don't come crying to me when you realize what a mistake you've made.
I doubt that will happen.
Whatever. At least I'll finally be rid of you and your toxic ways.
I feel the same way.
Hey, Austin, I just heard about what happened between you and Mom. What a shame. If you couldn't tell, by the way, that was sarcasm. I know you're a bit slow sometimes.
No, I got it. I was just choosing to ignore you.
Ugh, talk about being rude.
What do you want, Harley?
Nothing, really. Just here to gloat about how you're being kicked out, and I'm not.
What a productive use of your time. Really, you've excelled yourself this time.
Whatever. You can try and be as smart alecky and sarcastic as you want, but at the end of the day, I'm the one staying at home. In a place I don't have to pay a single penny towards, and you're the one getting kicked out.
You say that like it's a bad thing, but I'm the one who won't have to deal with you or Mom anymore.
Try and act as uncaring as you want. It's not working. Don't you want to know why Mom suddenly wants you gone?
I'm gonna guess it has something to do with you.
So what if it does? I need your room because it's bigger than mine. My boyfriend wants to move in with me, and we need a bigger space to live.
Your boyfriend? Oh, you mean that low-life moron who's always at the bar you work at? The one who can't even hold down a job?
Don't talk about him like that. He's a good guy. He just needs a little bit of help to figure out what he wants to do in his life.
I'm sure.
It's true.
Okay, I'll humor you. If you wanted my bedroom, why not just ask? I could have moved into yours.
No you couldn't. I need my room for all of my clothes and stuff. It's going to be my wardrobe.
And does Mom know about this? Because she thinks she's turning my room into an ensuite.
Over my dead body she is. It doesn't matter anyway. I'll have her moved out of the house before long, and it'll be mine and Troy's.
His name's Troy? LOL.
Whatever. Just make sure you're moved out of my room ASAP. Troy wants to move in before the end of the month.
And we wouldn't want to upset Troy now, would we?
No, you wouldn't.
Hey, Ryan, could I ask a huge favor of you? Hey, Austin, what's the favor? Could I come and crash at your place for a little while? Just until I can sort myself out. My mom and my sister are kicking me out of the house. They're what? Why? Well, apparently I don't help out around the house or with the rent and bills. That's according to Mom anyway. My sister just wants me gone so she can move her trashy boyfriend in. What a lovely family you have. Tell me about it. So, would it be cool if I stayed over? I've already got a house viewing lined up, so it wouldn't be for long. Just until I can get all the finances sorted out. Yeah, of course. You're welcome here anytime. You know that. Thanks, mate. What are you gonna do about your mom and sister, though? You can't just let them get away with kicking you out like this. Don't worry, they're not getting off lightly.
Austin, sweetie, it's been a while. How are you settling into your new home? Maybe I could come visit sometime? What do you think?
What do you want, Mom?
Huh? What do you mean? Can't a mom just talk to her son and see how he's doing?
Yes, a mom can. You, not so much.
What's that mean?
You only ever act nice to me when you want something. You've never just messaged me to see how I'm doing. So, what do you want?
Well, maybe there's a reason why I never message, especially when you act like an ungrateful and sarcastic little brat.
Let me guess. You've only just realized that I was the one paying the bills, right? And now you've come crawling back to me to beg for some money.
I just need a little bit.
Knew it.
It's just, the month after you moved out, I realized that I hadn't gotten the usual $600, because Harley said that she lent you the money to give to me. I thought I'd just ask her for it. I mean, it's a lot to have 3 adults living in the house and using all the utilities.
Oh, right. Harley's boyfriend moved in.
Yeah. Well, when I asked her for the money, she confessed that she didn't actually have it and that you were the one giving me the money from your own wages instead.
I did try to tell you.
I can't afford all of the bills, and now Harley isn't even working.
Why not?
She got fired because her boyfriend started a fight at the bar with someone who was hitting on her.
Haha, LOL.
It's not funny, Austin. We're in a really tight spot, and I heard that you were doing well. How is that, by the way? Did you finally get a proper job like I told you to?
Well, it turns out that people will pay a lot of money for my so-called doodling skills. I mean, when I lived with you, I was doing okay, but since moving out and not having to spend hours cleaning the house, I've had more time to grow my business. I'm earning quite a lot now.
So all that time you were actually doing a real job?
Yup.
Well, great. That just means that you can give me some money on a monthly basis for the house.
Nope.
What?
I'm not giving you anything. You treated me like rubbish the entire time that I lived with you. Always taking Harley's word over mine, and acting as if I was nothing but a freeloader. You even kicked me out. Just because you want my money now doesn't mean I've forgotten or forgiven you for what you did. You're not getting a penny out of me.
You ungrateful brat. I brought you into this world, so you owe me.
I owe you nothing. I didn't ask to be born, because if I had, I would have asked for a better mother.
Why,
You've made your bed now. It's time for you to lie in it. Don't try to contact me again, because I want nothing to do with you or Harley anymore. If you do, I'll just be sure to get a restraining order.
But...
Goodbye. Have a nice life. I know I will now that I'm rid of you toxic people. After cutting off my mom and sister, I felt much more free. It was like a horrible, toxic weight had been lifted from my shoulders. I continued to grow my graphic design business, and it became a huge success. I even started dating an amazing woman, and I think she might be the one. As for my mom and sister, the last I heard, they had to sell the house as they couldn't pay the bills. My mom moved away to try and start a new life somewhere else, and Harley ended up moving to a horrible, rundown apartment with her new boyfriend, Tristan. She really knows how to pick him.
Rebecca, hello? I'm calling you. Where are you? Come on, you lousy bum. When I call you, I expect you to reply. What on earth are you up to today that has you so busy? I'm pretty sure it's not anything important. Hi there. Sorry, what can I do for you? I'm pretty busy right now. I thought I told you already I don't like to be contacted unless it's an absolute emergency. Oh, yes, that's right. By the way, you said you were going to the employment agency today? Is that what has kept you so busy? Is that why you weren't checking your messages or replying to me at all? Also, your mother wants me to contact you to make sure you're keeping out of trouble. She's worried that you're spending all your time at home and doing nothing. That's why I've been trying to get hold of you. No, I haven't been to the employment agency recently, and I'm not going today either. Are you serious? You said yourself that you were definitely going to go this week. You said you were going to look for a job. Do you have a problem understanding the English language? Yes, but as I've told you, I've already got a job and it keeps me very busy. So there really is no need for me to go to the employment agency, is there? Here we go again. The same excuses from you every day, bum. You already have a job, you say? All you do is stay at home. What's your job, protecting the house? You have to stop stuffing around like this. No one likes it when you act like this and tell such pitiful lies, you little wench. You seem to forget that we're both part of the same family now. Don't you think you're speaking a little bit too strongly to me? You expect me to speak to a lousy, freeloading bum like yourself with any type of respect? You must have a problem with your brain, too. When you start to act like a regular member of society and start living a normal life, then perhaps you'll get some respect from me. I go to my job every day from morning till night and work my butt off. You stay at home, sitting on your butt. There's no way I'm going to treat you as my equal. Perhaps I could treat my dependent mother well, but definitely not a child like you. Yes, but as I've told you many times before, I have a job. I work from home, I earn a wage, and I also give some of my income to the household funds. That is such a lie! If what you say is true, then give me some of your money. What? If you're working and earning so much money from the house, then there's no need for me to go to work, is there? That's a little bit unexpected and nonsensical. We all may live in the same house, but when we moved in together, you and your brother decided to keep all our personal finances separate. We may live under the same roof, but in the eyes of the law, we're treated as two separate families. That is why my money is my money, and I intend to keep it that way. I do more than enough of the household chores, so I do not see the need to finance your lifestyle as well. Here we go. You're so talkative today, aren't you? You're just leeching off of your mother still. That's so childlike. Even your father disapproves of your lifestyle. It's just that he keeps his mouth shut and doesn't tell you his feelings. If you insist on remaining a bum and not working or trying to get a job, the least you could do is help your mother and father around the house. If you can't help them, then you really need to pull your head out of your butt and get a real job. Isn't that your responsibility, big sister? What did you say? How dare you, you unemployed bum, speak to me in that way? Sorry, can I go now? I'm heading off on my trip pretty soon. I need to finish getting ready. What do you mean you're going away on a trip? Strange that an unemployed layabout can afford to go anywhere. Yes, surely I mentioned it to you before. It's a 3-day trip to New York City. It's a bit of a business trip. I have a few things I need to do in person there. This is definitely the first I've heard of it. Exactly what type of business will you be conducting there? It really pisses me off to hear unemployed bums talking of doing hard work. Sorry, I really have to finish now and get ready. If you would like to continue this talk, it'll have to wait until I get back. I'm sorry. How can you speak so impertinently to me? You're definitely going to regret that. Don't come crying to me when things don't work out on your business trip. Got it, thanks. Are you sure it's okay for me to go now? I really have very little time. Oh man, I can't believe you're still taking that tone. So busy, so busy. You'd better watch your step as you're going down to hell. Hey there! Today's the last day of your business trip, right? Kathy, is this important right now? I'm still very busy. Can it wait till I get back? I'll be home tomorrow. Sorry, I'll keep it brief. There's just one thing I wanted to say. While you were away on your business trip, we all moved out. You're gonna have to live on your own and get by all by yourself from now on. Really? Thank you. Thank you? Sorry, did you hear what I just said? Everyone has moved out. Your brother and I, our children, your mom and dad too. Everyone has moved. Yes, I heard what you said, and I thank you. Finally, your brain has snapped. You realize the situation facing you. You don't know what to do. Welcome to hell. Man, I can't wait to see how you're going to get along as an unemployed bum living by yourself. It's not going to be easy looking after that house all by yourself. All right. So tell me, where did you guys move to? Sure, I'll tell you. I'll give you your address, and you can maybe just come over. Maybe you can set up in the spare room and continue like old times. No. We found a place to move to. It's this fantastic apartment. Rent is cheap. There is no bond. It's so much nicer than the old rundown place that we used to live in. So you're serious when you say you've moved out and you're not coming back? Of course! Why would I joke about that? The old place was so run down and hard to look after. Even if we wanted to tear the house down and rebuild, that'd cost way too much money. Even the land is worthless. We'd never be able to sell it. I spoke to your parents and we all decided to just give it to you. Enjoy. Really? Is that so? Okay then, I will humbly accept your offer to take over the house. If you decide to move out, it's going to cost you a lot of money. If that's the path you decide to take, don't come running to us and expect us to help you out with the financing. We have washed our hands of that place and want absolutely nothing to do with it ever again. That's part of the deal. Yes, I understand your terms. By the way, why did you take my mother and father with you? Surely if you wanted to leave so badly, it should have been just you and my brother and your kids who moved out. I was wondering how long it would take you to mention that. You were just after your parents' money. It's just as I suspected all along. You are so afraid of being left alone and having to look after yourself. You wanted your mom and dad around to keep looking after you. I don't know what you're talking about. You know, you just want their old age pensions to keep providing for your no-good lazing around the house lifestyle. I knew that's what you were after, so that's why I convinced them to move out and come with us. Now both of their pensions will become part of our household income. Perhaps with the leftover money that you're not using, I'll go and get some cosmetic surgery. Is that so? Then, when I become more beautiful, maybe I'll be able to meet a whole new world of exciting people. That's what happens when you're rich and beautiful. I'm so excited. I'm sorry to rain on your parade, but I don't think you'll be able to go and get cosmetic surgery. Come again? I'm just saying, without me in the house, I don't think you'll be able to afford the lavish lifestyle you're imagining. Hang on, lazy bum. What on earth are you talking about? The one who's gonna have trouble getting by is you. No matter how much trouble you get into, we're not gonna be there to help you out. Yes, I got that. So just to confirm, we're done. No more communication, no more to do with each other ever again.
That's what I said. And don't you ever forget it. I hope you enjoy the rest of your pitiful, no-good life. Rebecca, how have you been? It's been a while. Just letting you know we'll be coming home tomorrow.
What?
Yeah, no big thing, just that we're coming home tomorrow. I assume our rooms are as we left them, right? See you soon.
What on earth are you talking about? Have you forgotten the conversation that we had just 1 month ago?
Oh, that little thing. That was a month ago. We were both so young back then. So young and silly, full of crazy ideas. I can't believe you're making such a big thing over such a childish conversation that we had.
What the hell? You're making me want to puke. We cut our ties, if you remember. You have nothing to do with me, and I have nothing to do with you. Goodbye.
Hang on! That house is our home, too. We have just as much right to live there as you.
What a mess your brain must be in. You gave up your rights to the house when you cut your ties and gave me full ownership of it. All of the costs of running it and general day-to-day upkeep, you offloaded all of that onto me when you moved out.
I know, but that was then, this is now. Things have changed a little bit. There was a little bit of confusion, and for reasons that I won't go into now, we have to move out of our new apartment.
You mean to say you can't afford to live in that apartment anymore?
Well, when we moved out of the house, I grabbed some things from your room, like bags and stuff. I was able to sell them for a bit of cash, but that cash is all long gone.
Aha, so it was you who took the stuff out of my room. I seem to recall you saying, "Don't come crying to me when things don't work out." It seems that the shoe is on the other foot now.
Yes, that was probably my mistake. I thought you said I could take them and do what I liked. Anyway, they've been sold, so they're gone. I'm terribly sorry.
Unbelievable. How do you have the nerve to steal someone's property and then sell it? And then lie so brazenly about why you took them?
Yeah, but to be fair, unemployed people don't need high-brand bags like that, do they? It was a waste for them to be sitting there like that. They looked so sad and neglected. I just borrowed them so they could be put to good use. Then when things got a little tight, I had no choice but to sell them.
You can stop making those pitiful excuses. We both know you stole them with the intention of selling them. Stop trying to sound like you had no choice.
Wait a minute, though. You know I only sold them to make a little bit of money when your parents' pensions didn't cover the living expenses. But now that money's also gone. Now we're in a state of emergency.
So after living without me for a month, you now finally understand how bad my brother and parents are with handling their own finances.
That's right. It's like they're not even thinking when they go shopping. They buy things and they buy more things. They always put it on credit. And then the invoices come later. And then they start to complain that they don't have enough money to pay for it all. What am I gonna do?
Yes, well, my brother is a bit of an idiot, but you can't really blame my parents for their habits. After all, they've both been diagnosed with the onset of early-stage dementia.
What? Dementia?
Yes, don't tell me you didn't notice it until now.
Well, now that you mention it, there were a few times when their behavior was a little bit odd. Do you mean to say that even in that condition, they were in full control of all their finances?
How do you think the finances were being handled all that time? That whole time, I was the one who was handling all the finances, not them. I was working remotely, so I was at home a lot of the time. I wasn't an unemployed bum, as you always said. I had enough of an income to allow me to stay home and continue working. I was able to put $2,000 into the house funds every month to make sure everything was paid for.
So, you've been paying all of the living expenses from your salary.
It's like I said many times, I was earning money and helping out with the finances too. On many occasions, I had told my parents and my brother not to be so wild with their spending.
So you're telling me that you were in charge of the finances all along? Then that's why we're in such a bad position right now. Why didn't you tell me earlier? If I knew that, then we would never have agreed to leave in the first place.
I don't know why I didn't tell you, but I'll tell you now. I'm enjoying this new arrangement. I'm glad I didn't try to stop you.
Recently, we haven't been able to pay our rent, electricity bills, credit card bills. We've got statements coming left and right and center, and I really don't know what to do.
You never had enough income to support your lavish lifestyle. How do you not see that? Your bank accounts are always overdrawn, your credit card has no funds in it. At first I thought you'd last maybe 6 months tops.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? I never realized the dire situation our finances were in. But it's gonna be okay now. I'm happy to start over. Let's reset.
Say what?
You know, we've got our past, we got along well. I'll be back there pretty soon and we can get back to our fun old ways. We don't need to pay rent there, and you earn enough money so we can pay off all our debts too. I'm happy for you to keep financing the household the way you used to.
No way, sis. That's not going to happen.
What? Why not?
I told you I'm not going to support you guys anymore.
Really? Are you saying you're going to throw your own brother and parents out on the street?
I have absolutely no problem with that at all. It's very similar to the way you guys treated me.
I can't believe you can be so cold. What's wrong with you?
Say what you like, I don't care. Just to clarify though, it's not that I won't support you, it's that I can't support you back at that house.
What do you mean?
Do you recall that old rundown place? The one where we all used to live in? The one that would cost too much to tear down and no one would want to buy? Well, last month I sold it. It's no longer mine.
You sold it? That old shack?
Yep, I put it on the market and it went for $1 million. Take out the taxes and agents' fees, there's still a tidy sum left over. Maybe you didn't know this, but this whole area is marked for redevelopment. Prices have been rising like crazy recently. Everyone is selling up and winning big.
No way! That's fantastic! We as family, we're all eligible to get a little bit, aren't we? How much? How much can we get?
How much? Well, seeing how it was my house and now it's my money, you'll get absolutely nothing.
Come on! We're family, right? Families are supposed to look after each other. It's not fair if you go and take all the money. I'm gonna go around now and collect what's coming to me. What's your address?
I see you have a lot of time on your hands to do things like this now. Actually, you might be wise to get out of that place quickly. Although I don't think running will do you any good.
What does that mean?
Well, I've just contacted the police, and they're probably on their way to your place right now to arrest you.
Police? Arrest me? On what grounds would they be coming to arrest me? That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard, you dum-dum.
I contacted them about the theft of the handbags in my room. Thank you for admitting that you stole them. I always knew it was you who stole them, but until now I never had the proof. Thank you for giving me all the evidence I need.
Hang on, you're joking, right? It can't be theft between people who live together. There's absolutely no need to call the police over that. And you're gonna look so stupid when I tell them what happened and how you wasted their time. How embarrassing for you.
Now you're the one who's joking. It's straight up theft. When are you gonna see that?
Like I said, it can't be theft if it's between people who live together.
Yes, but the problem is, the items you stole were not my possessions.
What?
My job is an evaluator for high-quality brand goods. The items that you took from my room and sold were all items that I had brought home from my place of business.
You mean to say...
That's right. All of the items that were in my room were items that had been entrusted to us from prospective clients. I had them at home so that I could evaluate them. Surely you'd agree that counts as theft.
So they weren't your bags at all? None of them were?
No, none of them were mine. That's what I was talking about. Oh man, it feels so good to have finally caught the real thief.
Hang on just a moment. I can't get arrested. What's gonna happen to me? You have to call the police right now and tell them it was nothing but a misunderstanding. Seriously! What's gonna happen to me? To us! To all of your family!
Oh, yes. It absolutely breaks my heart to have to be the one to break this horrible news to you. But it's just like some advice that a wise person once gave to me. Watch your step as you're going down to hell. Shortly after that, my sister-in-law was arrested for robbery. After her short imprisonment, she had to repay all of her debts and unpaid credit card bills. On top of that, there were my aging parents who needed to be looked after. I truly believe my sister-in-law was leading a life as she truly deserved, in a hell of her own making. My parents' dementia continued to get worse, but fortunately we were able to find them a nursing home that specialized in patients with dementia. Naturally, the nursing home isn't cheap, and my nasty sister-in-law has had to take up 2 extra part-time jobs to try and cover the expenses. As for me, I no longer have to worry about my greedy, selfish family, and I also have no problem with money. With the money from the sale of the house, I was able to find an apartment building that was newly built and featured a whole range of modern furnishings. I love my work, and it's fantastic that I can continue to work from home in my luxurious new place. Now that I have my work and my new house, perhaps next I'll be able to find the perfect person to enjoy it with. It might be just a dream at the moment, but I truly believe I'll be able to settle down and have a wonderful family of my own one day.